Welcome to Coffee Break Tennis. Today we saw a very strange first set from Roger Federer. You could call it a Jekyll and Hyde set. You know, it was very funny. One moment you see Roger Federer hitting these highlight reel incredible shots, including one of the most amazing fake drop shots I've ever seen hit before. At the same time, we see these very uncharacteristic, what in the hell was that kind of errors, and then he hits another highlight reel shot. Well, then the tiebreak happens. And guys, if you didn't see the first set tiebreak, that's all you need to see from this match. Find it on YouTube. The tiebreak, he wins 7-0, and this tiebreaker was one of the greatest tiebreakers I've ever seen of all time. Federer hit literally every shot in the book. He looked incredible as he won 7-0. This tiebreaker, you could say, is a microcosm of Roger Federer's greatness at Wimbledon over the years, each point representing one of the coveted Wimbledon trophies that Federer has back home in his trophy room. Guys, today is nothing but Fed on this week's edition of Coffee Break Tennis. Hit the music, please. Let's get into this thing. That's good. Coffee Break Tennis. All right, I shouldn't have said this week's edition. It's just today's edition. Throughout Wimbledon, I'm going to do a lot of videos, as many as I can work into my very busy tennis guy schedule. Anyways, I'm Matt Bradshaw, host of the fastest growing tennis talk show in the world, Coffee Break Tennis, the original Fed head, which is why I wear the Fed on my head. Before we get into breaking down this second round match from Roger Federer, let me tell you guys, I've been having so much fun tweeting about these Wimbledon matches live. I was just giddy with excitement today. And you should follow me. Follow at Coffee Break Tens. That's at Coffee Break TENS. They wouldn't let me fit the whole word in tennis. Like I said, I'm having so much fun. I would love to hear what you guys are thinking at home when you're watching the matches, or especially if you're live at the match. Would really love some info tweeted at me live from the match. That would be great. Please follow me now. Join in on the fun. Dustin Brown already has done so, as you can see here, when he got on to me a little bit for thinking he was eating bugs. Let's play the clip from the video real quick. It looked like Dustin Brown was eating bugs before his warm-up with Andy Murray, but it was actually his tongue ring. And as you can see in the tweet, Dustin Brown called me out on this one. All in good fun, great guy, fun match. Thanks a lot, Dustin, and I hope all you guys follow me on Twitter. Let's get into the show. So you just knew after that tiebreak that Roger was going to run away with this match. But I'll admit, I was a little bit nervous in the beginning. The match basically started with the opponent, Lajovic, holding at love, and then Roger Federer's first serve game going down love 40 immediately and having his serve broken after getting to 30-40. Still, he gets broken, he's down 2-0 right away. Not exactly the start we were looking for, but as Darren Cahill and Chris Fowler pointed out, this is very similar to the first two rounds of the Australian Open. Remember that guy, Noah Rubin, young American player, kind of a little shorter guy, I want to say. I believe that was the second round at the Australian Open this year, and he actually took a set off of Roger Federer. And then, you know, what happened after that, the third round against Tomas Berdych, Roger Federer just utterly just destroys him. Everyone in the media was saying this could be a challenge. We'll really get to see how Federer is feeling after his 6 months off, and then he crushes Tomas Berdych. And, you know, the rest of the story, he was just on fire for the rest of the tournament, as Darren Cahill and Chris Fowler pointed out. Now, another thing they pointed out, a lot of you guys out there in YouTube land, fellow Fed heads such as myself, you guys have been saying, I'm worried that Roger is slicing too many backhands and not really crushing them like we saw him do on the hard court season. Well, I heard this stat at the beginning of the match. We might have to check this. I don't know if they're talking about just at Wimbledon or the total year, but according to what I wrote down while I was listening to the commentators in Federer's match today, last year's Wimbledon, Federer was slicing 44% of the time versus 29% of the time this year. So I'm pretty sure they were talking about 2016 Wimbledon versus this year's Wimbledon. That's good news for you guys, all right? If you guys are worried that he's not hitting enough topspin backhands, it's a misconception. 44% last year, 29% this year. Don't sweat it. Trust me, Fed heads, you really don't want to sweat it, because if you sweat too much into your Fed head hat and have to wash it in the washing machine, take a look at what happens. See, that's not ideal. You know, look at this brand new Fed head. That looks nice. This one, through the wash, not so much. So, why do I think Roger started off so slow in his match today? Well, clearly it was because the previous match, the women's match, where we had a big upset and Pliskova getting knocked out, so that means only Venus is really a favorite left in the draw. She's definitely the only person who's won Wimbledon before left in the draw, and she was my pick to win Wimbledon before the tournament even started. But that's another issue. Let's stick with Federer. And why do I think it happened? Well, Federer has his GOAT routine. You know, all these players, they have a specific pre-match warm-up routine, the stretching, the, you know, getting loose, dynamic warm-up, stuff like that. And Rogers was interrupted when this women's match went 3 sets. I want to say it was over 2 hours long. So I think they should really consider putting in a new rule. Men's or women's match, if it's right before Roger Federer is scheduled at a Grand Slam, soon as it goes beyond straight sets, so a women's match, if it goes into a 3rd set, a men's match, if it goes into a 4th set, it should be immediately moved to the outer courts, taken off center court, so that Federer can start at the time he was expecting to start. So think about that, governing body of tennis. So like I was saying, Darren Cahill and Chris Fowler, who I really enjoy commentating, they're very good. They make a great team, the two of them together. But anyways, as I was saying, they were comparing this to the first 2 rounds at the Australian Open. And you know what? There is a comparison there. Federer started slower there, but you can't really say he started too slow here. Yeah, in the first match, he only got to play 44 minutes, and he didn't hit as many highlight reel shots as us Fed heads would have liked to seen. And in the second match, he had, of course, the kind of slow start. But I'm not too worried at all. You know what, Fed heads? He looked angry. It was interesting. Where's my racket? Roger looked pretty angry out there when he had his slow start. He hit a lot of like grumpy old Fed, big forehands and serves. He's just pounding the ball, and I know for sure he was doing this because at one point Roger takes this swing volley out of the air. And I mean, this thing is not like he's up at the net. This swing volley is like almost at the baseline. He takes it right out of the air, doesn't let it bounce. He's way beyond the service line and just crushes it. He loses the point, but he just hitting this ball out of the air really hard with an angry face. It tells me Roger's really, really serious about winning Wimbledon this year. He knows he's out of time. He knows he doesn't get many more chances at winning Wimbledon when he's about to turn 36 years old. And he's not going to let anybody stop him this year. And this tells me he's getting ready to play that angry Fed tennis where he's just smacking the heck out of the ball and hitting winners all over the place. He's getting himself ready right now so that he can come out and in the first game, first point, when he plays someone like Djokovic, someone like Nadal, someone like Murray, one of the other favorites, when Roger gets out there, he's going to turn into grumpy old angry Fed and be smacking those aces and forehand winners and hard backhand up the line, topspin shots. Oh, it was awesome. It was a great match. Watch it, guys. Look at how he takes the slow start and turns it into pure Fed gold. And like I said, if you only watch one thing from the match, watch the tiebreak where Roger wins 7-0. That was really impressive. Well, finally, let me point out one last shot. I think I said something about it at the beginning of the show. This is a quick show today. Just wanted to get my thoughts out on this Roger Federer second round Wimbledon match for you guys. But there was a fake drop shot that Roger hit. I think he's up 2-0 in the second set when he does this. I could be way wrong on that, but all I know is it looks like he's going to hit the drop shot, and so his opponent, Lajovic, is running into the net, and then he basically volleys it deep into the corner, and it was nasty. Find that shot if you can. That was awesome. Anyways, that's about it for us. I am Matt Bradshaw from Coffee Break Tennis. That's good. Subscribe, comment, like, especially if you are a tennis player. And you know what? If all the flying ants, the insects, are stressing you out, if they've got you going crazy and you're clutching your racket really tight and swatting at imaginary flies at home, you might be developing tennis elbow. Right here, when you grip the racket too tight, that's what happens. So click here right now and download my totally free tennis elbow specific dynamic warm-up. Don't let tennis elbow hurt your game. Anyways, it's been fun, guys. I'm really enjoying it. see you guys next time. That's some good coffee. Enjoy, Federer.